I'm Edie Lush, and I'm here at the Hub Culture Pavilion in Paris for COP21. Really pleased to be joined now by Francisco Suárez from Coca-Cola FEMSA. Thanks so much for coming along.
Thank you very much.
Tell me a little bit about the aggressive targets that you've made in terms of renewable energy in Coca-Cola FEMSA.
Yes, well, we're specifically working very hard in achieving 85% renewable energy for Mexico operations for 2020. Actually, we're now in our biggest plants in Toluca. That's about 40% of our production in Mexico, already 100% renewable. So purchasing at the best wind farms in Mexico and really, as you mentioned, aggressive goal for 2020.
What about water? What are you doing in terms of water? As a bottler of liquids, must be a huge consumer.
Of course. Well, as you know, the most sustainable thing is use less. So we have 20% much more efficient plants since 2004. So we're using less. Actually, if you see our plants in Toluca, as I mentioned, or in Brazil, or Colombia, our newest plants that we opened this year, they're the benchmark in the Coca-Cola system worldwide. So, you know, using less is very important. And of the dozens of programs we have, watershed conservation, there's one that I really feel proud about, is the Latin American Water Funds. FEMSA Foundation, IDB, GEF, and our super partner, the Nature Conservancy. We're working to implement 32 water funds. We have already 18 implemented and throughout Colombia, Mexico, Brazil. And basically, is to have a assessment of the hot spots of the watershed, work to have the watershed and get the water in much better shape in the communities. So at the end, we save money, much better water for the communities. We're going to benefit around 50 million people throughout Latin America in the next 5 years, and we have a capital seed implemented there of $27 million. So it's a big impact watershed conservation project.
Tell me about how it actually works. I can't picture in my mind what a watershed conservation project would be.
Well, actually, this concept was adopted by New York City. New York City started this 23 years ago, and basically is assuring that the water conservation upstream, the people who have cattle or reforestation, the water is treated better there. You get the water in better shape, put less dirt and other contaminants to the city. The city systems get the water, and you use less energy just to get the water into the system. So at the end, you have better, more water, less energy to treat the water, and the end user gets a better deal. We also chip in, a lot of the companies locally also chip into the water fund to make it sustainable.
Can you ever see a future in which Coca-Cola FEMSA would be fossil fuel free? It's one of the kind of thoughts about at the back of COP this year, is moving to a world without fossil fuels.
Look, what I think is we could get into all of the energy we receive to the plants to purchase 100 in a near or medium future, that I said feasible, such as Mexico. We need to get that moving in Colombia and all of the other countries, we're also in the Philippines. However, maybe a little more down the way, 20, 30 years, you have to also move the product.
Yeah.
So there's really good initiatives on using biodiesel and also electric cars and trucks. So eventually I think we'll get there, but it's a longer way to that path.
Francisco, thank you so much for stopping by the Hub Culture Pavilion here in Paris, and I'm Edie Lush.